Hey, Tim here, over Landing for Fun. Stumbled across this awesome iOS widget that you can use on your iPhone or your iPad. It works in conjunction with the Fordpass app, and it allows you to kind of see a quick overview of the status of your vehicle. What I'd like to do is basically just take a couple minutes to kind of run through it and show you how to set it up. It's fairly easy, but I do want to preface that this involves JavaScript. It involves a program, and it does require you to have some prerequisite skills in being able to work with scripts and stuff. And it's not a turnkey program. It's not something that you can just install on your phone and it works. It is going to require you to have some understanding in that. Now, not to say that you can't do it if you don't. Maybe you are interested in learning a little bit about scripting. And actually, I think this might be a good project, maybe for you to do that and kind of understand it a little bit better. So I just wanted to preface that. This, from what I can tell, the gentleman that wrote this, and I believe his screen name is pronounced Tonesto. I might be wrong, and please don't hold that against me if I am. Seems to be this is a hobby for him. I'm not sure if he actually codes for a living, but at least as far as this application is concerned, this is it's a project for him. It's just a hobby. And so keep in mind also that any support you might need is going to come at best effort, and that this isn't a commercial application. This is, like I said, just something that he's doing in his own time. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the GitHub site where you can get this information. And it is something I will leave the link in the description below. But if you go to the GitHub site, it's called the Fordpass Scriptable. Now, once again, my understanding is that, I've got a Bronco. This will probably most likely work with most other vehicles that Ford has that is available in the Fordpass app. I don't think it's all of them, but at least probably some of the main ones. The F-150, the Bronco, probably the Mustang or something, I guess. But once again, don't hold me to that. So as you can see on the screen here, when you first go to it, there's going to be a list of kind of files that are associated with the project. The one we're going to worry about is the Ford Widget .js, and that's the JavaScript code. As you go down, here's kind of a screenshot of what it's going to look like. Looks like both light and dark symmetry into the widget. So some of the requirements that you're going to need for this is you're going to need an iOS device, and once again, that's Apple iPhone or Apple iPad. I believe this also works on the Mac laptops, but I'm not sure. This is not for Android. You are going to need to download this from the Apple iStore, and you are going to need to have a Fordpass account. So some of the features of the application to go through, and just some screenshots of what you would see inside the app. So keep in mind, once again, if you don't have the requisite skill sets to work with the JavaScript or even understand coding or scripting for that fact, this may not be the app for you. So once again, it's not a turnkey app. It is going to require you to understand to do that. And like I said previously, if you don't have those, not necessarily a big deal. This might be a good opportunity for you to learn and understand that script, for the most part, is easy to kind of at least follow along with. And here's a variable. Is it true? Is it false? Is it yes? Is it no? Does it match this? Does it not match that? So that kind of aspect with the scripting, I think a lot of people could follow along with, even if they don't know. So some of the quick things. Now, I don't know about you. I personally am more of a visual learner than I am reading. And I found these directions to be slightly confusing, but not hard to work your way through. So really what I'm going to do with this video is kind of just do this on screen, and hopefully those will be easy enough that people can follow along and do this on their own device and, have it set up in just a matter of a couple minutes. One of the things that he points out here, and I think this is probably the easiest thing for me, is using the iCloud drive. So you can load the JavaScript into the text file, or you can load the JavaScript into the file and make changes to it on your computer instead of trying to do it on the device. One thing I find kind of challenging with the smaller devices is that when you get 2,000 lines of code, having a small screen to display it on can make it hard. So having the advantage of having a larger monitor makes it a lot easier. So real quick, let's go ahead and switch over to my iPad. Okay, so as you see here on the desktop, I've already downloaded the application from the iOS App Store. It's called Scriptable. And what you would need to do is go ahead and open it up. And there's a couple default scripts that are in there, but what we want to do is go ahead and hit the plus key up in the corner. And what this is going to do is basically create a framework for the new file. So as we see here, we have a new thing that popped up that said it's untitled script. So now what we want to do is go ahead and on your computer, go into your iCloud drive, and you will have a new folder called Scriptable that was created when you install this app, and that these original sample files are installed in. So we've got the untitled script. Let's go ahead and bring it down here so you can see it. So a couple things we want to do is we want to right click on that, and we want to rename it. And we can name this one the Fordpass Widget, and go ahead and hit enter. And what we'll notice here in just a second as everything catches up, now this is labeled Fordpass Widget. We'll want to go ahead and go back to the GitHub site, back up to the top where that list of files is that I had mentioned, and go ahead and click on the Fordpass Widget.js. And this is the code that I was speaking about. And like I said, it's about, let's see, this current version as it sits right now is 2,755 lines. Now, once again, you don't have to know much about this. We're basically what we're going to do is copy and paste. Sorry, camera's in the way. So up here on the file, you'll see raw. You'll want to select that, and what that's going to do is provide us basically a text version without any formatting from the HTML that could get in the way and cause problems. So once you see the white background screen, go ahead and hit Control A, and that's going to select all of the text. You're going to hit Control C, and that's going to go ahead and copy that. Now, if we go back over to the iDrive in there, what we want to do now, I use a program called Notepad++ versus just regular Notepad that's included with the Windows operating system, and it reads the format of, I'm going to say, a couple hundred different file types. But we want to go ahead and edit with Notepad++. There's 3 lines that are in that default file. You can just highlight those and delete them. And then what we want to do is select Control V, and that will go ahead and paste the contents that we had copied over from the web page. So simply, once we get all that information copied over and it's there, we don't have to make any more modifications to the application. What we need to do at this point now is just go ahead and hit the save button up here at the top, and that's going to write the data into the file that's in the iDrive. So if we look at that, we can see here that the date modified stamp has changed. So now we just go back to the Fordpass widget, and we're going to go ahead and tap that one time, and it's going to start. Now, in my case, I've already have set this up. You will need at this point, it's going to come up and it's going to ask you for your Fordpass username, your Fordpass password, and the VIN number of your vehicle. And all 3 of that pieces of information you will need in order to do this. Really, I want to do at this point now is basically just view the widget. So we'll tap view widget. But if you select medium, you'll see a picture of your vehicle, the status of your locks, ignition, fuel, doors, and so on and so forth, the location of the vehicle at the time that it checked in. So if you press the button again, the menu is going to pop up. Now what's nice about this is this will give you some options to do a few things to the vehicle that you would not be able to do with the Fordpass app unless you actually opened it up. Now, is that a big deal or not? I don't know. I'll leave that up to you. But this will at least give you the option to do a few things without without having to open up the Fordpass app. So you can lock and unlock your vehicle. You can do the remote start and stop. So at this point, once you've seen the sample, you can go ahead and go back to the desktop. Now, here's where you can set this up as a widget that sits on the home screen. So if you long press the home screen, you'll see up in the top left-hand corner the plus sign. And that gives you your ability to set up widgets on the home screen. Now, you'll have applications down the left-hand side. Now, in my case, the widget for Scriptable popped up right here in the top. If it does not, then you can select it from the list down below. I would select, and you can scroll left or right to change the size. I would select the larger or the third largest of the three and go ahead and select Add Widget. From here, you can tap on the widget itself, and you'll want to select Script. Go ahead and select Choose, and then you're going to select the Fordpass widget. Once that's done, you can tap the home screen. You'll see that that now becomes part of your home screen, the widget itself. So like I said, the data will refresh about every 5 minutes, but if it's you need to update it, you just need to tap it. And once again, go back into the Ford widget and select the force refresh. So hopefully this will at least get you started in getting this set up on your iOS device, either iPhone or iPad. Once again, I do want to preface that you do need to have some prerequisite skills in working with scripting languages to do this. This is not a plug and play application like most of them. It is definitely a project in motion, and there have been several changes here just even in the last couple days that I've worked with it. So understand that once you've got it set up, you may not need to mess with it again. But he's constantly adding new features to it, and with that, so if you update the code, understand that there might be some issues, and that you'll need to work with it. So, well, hopefully this will give you something fun to do, and give you maybe an opportunity to learn how to work with scripting just a little bit if you're not familiar with it. So tell me what you think down in the comment section below. Thank you very much for staying through the video. And if there's anything else that you guys would like to see, also let me know that down in the comment section below. Otherwise, we will talk at you later, and take care. Tim out.